Today we are with Clément Bazan.
Hello, Katrina.
We are talking about Clément and his energy healing. But you worked before for a big technology company. Is one of your passions technology?
I love technology, and I believe that it's really changed people's life.
And then how did you get into energy coaching and energy healing?
So I personally burned out. I was working for Apple 6 years ago, and then a year after I did this burnout, I discovered like this first technique I'm doing myself now, which was like emotional blocks to release. I felt that I had some blocks to release on me, and when I discovered this technique, it was like true.
How does it work?
It's a mix of acupressure. You're gonna press some points on your body that's gonna activate energy circuit on your body. It's gonna release a lot of endorphins in your brain. And the second part is more psychological, where we're gonna point some emotional blocks you may have on different topics of life, like communication, like identity.
So these are emotional blocks that you're born with, or right from the start?
You get them from the start until you're 20, more or less, because you have a specific part in your brain that is not ready yet from 0 to 10, and it gets created from 10 to 25. So this part of your brain is really important to put things in perspective, and if you don't have it, you can create blocks in your brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the type of blocks is confidence and.
Yes, about confidence, about guilt, about to fear things also. So there is a very large scope of emotional blocks that need to be removed if you really want to be yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about if somebody is creating the same patterns, emotional patterns?
Exactly. So that's the thing. When you block on something, is you reproduce always the same thing, until you realize that
it could be that you're attracting the wrong men, for example.
Exactly, and you don't understand why. During the session you will talk about that and say, you might reproduce what your mother had lived with your father, and it's unconscious. So when you talk about it, it becomes more conscious, and you can release this thing to prevent you to do the same thing again.
Okay. And clients that have come to you, what kind of results do you see?
This technique helps people in very different areas. One girl, she was addicted to sugar because of anxiety. She was quite skeptical when she left the session, but 2 weeks later she sent me a message that she said, I stopped all the addictions I stopped sugar, chocolate, so she probably lost weight also because she was kind of overweighted.
Okay.
I got one guy who was not confident with the girls, so he was dating a lot of them, but without being successful, and after a few weeks later he had a girlfriend. He was very happy.
Very good.
Yeah, very interesting.
Very good. So that is emotional block
release. Yeah, the first technique.
And then the other techniques, working with people. I mean, tell me about the other techniques.
The other one is called access bar, which is an American technique. So the metaphor of this technique is to remove all the files you have in your bins on the desktop on your computer. So all the soft emotions and limiting beliefs you may have, you accumulated for years. With just fingers on the skull, you can just emptying this bin and feel much more free during the day, more focused, and it's very interesting, very relaxing technique also.
And that's good for people who sort of overthink, or
exactly for the people that overthink and internalize.
Oh yeah, so it's sort of letting it all go, all the thoughts.
Yeah.
And then you're doing another technique.
So the last technique is quantum entrainment, and it's amazing. So if you have a pain anywhere, within seconds, I can help you to release it without manipulating you.
So if people want to find out more about what you do, they can go to your website.
Yes, so my website is mysensei.me.
Creating positive changes. If you want to change your life, try it out. Nice to have you. Nice to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you too.
Okay.
Thanks, Katrina.
Thank you.